All right. Well, managed to actually find us some more corrugated sheet metal from a person on Facebook Marketplace, and we pretty much got enough sheets that we should be able to finish covering the rest of the walls on the greenhouse. These are, surprisingly, they were actually cut to 6-foot lengths already, so really ain't gonna have to do anything but trim the excess off, because the dimensions are actually like 5'10" or 5'9" in height, so we're gonna have to trim a little bit of that off. But we got enough sheets that we should be able to cover all the walls, as I said before, and be able to get that part of the greenhouse done and be able to continue with the other parts of the project. Like I said, these panels are 6 foot high, but our dimensions are just a few inches shy of that, so I will have to trim this down. I will also have to cut the wire ties so I can move this PVC pipe out of the way, because once I put the sheet metal panels up against the walls here, I could then use conduit straps to permanently secure the PVC pipe to that and be able to write all that off as completed, since most of this is temporary anyway. I will have to cut a slit in one of the panels, since we have that section of pipe right there that is technically going through the wall to feed the raised beds inside the garden here. So like I said, I'll go ahead, get these panels put on. Probably need 3 full panels and probably a half of one lengthwise to finish this wall, and then probably 1.5, something like that. The other half that I cut off of that last panel can go and help complete that wall right there, and then 1 panel for the door, and then we'll be done with the walls. All that'll be left at that point is making a cover for the roof. So we're gonna get that started. All right, we got all the sheet metal on, secured, bolted, lined up, all that good stuff. Because of the dimensions of the panels, I had to cut a couple of pieces that were narrower than the starting pieces, like right here. A piece that's about maybe a foot wide, give or take. And had to cut it the long ways, of course, and secure it on. The door panel, the same thing. It was a little bit narrower than the whole piece, and cut that to fit. Now, of course, you can see there's little gaps right here around the door frame, which we're not going to really sweat too much, because that minute bit of heat loss will be compensated for when we probably put in a little electric heater in there for the winter time when it gets really cool, or at least cool enough to warrant trying to maintain a temperature. But also, as you can see on this side right here, we got all the walls up, and of course the end piece just as well had to be a narrow piece cut to fit. And of course you could also see the PVC pipe is secured with conduit straps and sturdy and all. And come back over here again, we see the hole that I cut for the pipe going into the inside of the greenhouse, and had to cut a little notch right here so the latch will actually work like it's supposed to, allowing me to open the gate as intended in order to enter this thing. So for all intents and purposes, the Dog Kennel Greenhouse has all of its walls done. So all that remains of this thing is finishing our raised bed setup, and of course getting some electrical wiring run into here, finishing the hydroponics setup, which ties in with the electrical system since we gotta have a pump, and making a cover for our roof. So with that, we are done for this session. Till the next time.